time to dive into the brackets in region by region. We are going to do kind of our team reports in our when we get to our region. So we are going to start in the South, top left. If you're looking at it, it is the number one overall seeds bracket. Auburn, the one overall, and obviously the one in this one. We also do see Michigan State. Whoops, I had this ready and now I lost it. Michigan State is the 2 seed, and excuse me. Um, Come on, Brandon. Michigan State being the 2 seed, Auburn being the 1. And then Iowa State as the 3 and Texas A&M as the 4. This is the bracket that will also have our local UCSD Tritons. They got the 12 seed off of their win over the in the Big West tournament. Their reward, number 5 Michigan, a very, very good team fresh off of their Big Ten tournament win. But I am going to start with San Diego State. Obviously, do a little team report before we both dive into this bracket. But as we mentioned earlier, San Diego State did make it into the tournament, and they are going to be playing a team we've spent a lot of time talking about, the North Carolina Tar Heels, in the play-in game just a few hours from now. Look, by the time this podcast goes live, the game will be well done and dusted. So I'm not going to sit here and give you a game preview or, really even give you a whole lot of predictions, other than the fact that personally, I am surprised San Diego State got in. If you listened last week, I pretty much, put their nail in their coffin. I thought they were going to lose out to Boise into getting into the tournament. Boise did not win the Mountain West. It was Colorado State in very dominant fashion. And in that, Boise was left out. San Diego State gets in. Again, I disagree with that, but as an Aztec fan, hey, I'll take it. But the Aztecs have a huge hurdle in front of them, first and foremost with North Carolina, mainly because it seems like every year there is one team that gets in and everybody goes, how did they get in? And that team then wins at least 1 or 2 games. And trust me, North Carolina haven't had a great season. However, very talented team. It'll be a big, big ask from San Diego State. The big man Guap is back today, or should be at least, is available. All signs point to him playing. And I do believe that was a very big reason why San Diego State got in. And also to kind of tie a bow on the local flavor, I also kind of in a weird way believe that because of how good UC San Diego was this year, that UC San Diego win actually turned into a very good win for San Diego State. So kind of in a weird way, who knows, maybe the little guys help prop the big team here in San Diego up. Personally, I think this lines up to be all about our friend Tom Izzo. Auburn has really been struggling. I think that we are going to see Michigan State take care of business all the way to the regional final. I actually have Louisville beating Auburn in that second round game. I haven't put my full bracket together because I'm still one of those old school guys. I want to see 64 teams. I don't like these slashes in the seed line, so I haven't put it all together, but I do have Michigan State coming out of here, and I have Louisville taking down Auburn in that second round game. One final thought I do have, actually 2, and it's going to be in this 4, 5, 12, 13 area. The trendy pick is UCSD. Everybody is on the UCSD bandwagon, and I love it. However, I think this is one of the toughest matchups for them stylistically that they could have had. It's going to be difficult going from the schedule they played to now going up against Michigan that's going to trot out 2 very good 7-footers. They're going to be a very physical team, and I think UC San Diego has every chance to win this game. However, I don't think it's as slam dunk as all these experts are making it seem. So keep an eye on that. But on the other side, I really like Yale. I really like Yale to get the job done against the Texas A&M Aggies. I've been very impressed with Yale. It seems like every year they've kind of surpassed Princeton as the Ivy League power that comes out. So yeah, those are just my kind of thoughts on the South region. Raider Jim, yours.
Yeah, I'll tell you, of course, I've been excited about UCSD since the beginning of the season, and they haven't let me down at all. So congratulations still and again to them. They're a 12th seed, but you're right. This draw, Michigan is that team that is bringing it together at the right time. They're playing hard, they're playing strong, and you said it, Irvine, the Anteaters had one 7-foot kid who was okay. He wasn't a bad player at all. He was very solid, very much in the middle there, and he did cause some problems for UCSD at times. And he is not close to the caliber of the 7-footers they're going to see when Michigan hits the court. So I think that's going to be detrimental, of course, to UCSD. They're going to go out there, they'll give it their best. It's going to be how well they overcome the spotlight and all the flashes of the cameras going on around them. But I think Michigan's going to take care of business in that one. And you and I were saying it for the last couple of weeks. What's with Auburn? All of a sudden, they're having difficulties, and they pulled one out the other day in that championship game, but they really had to work to do it. But it's what I said about the undefeated Baylors, the undefeated Gonzagas over the past few years. It's great to be there, great to be number one and have the t-shirts printed up when you're undefeated and 30-0. But that's not what matters. What matters is how much gas is left in the tank for those last 6 games of the season. And I think, like you just said, I think that is going to be against Auburn, Michigan State, where we questioned last year, been very surprised, pleasantly surprised, because I'm a big fan of Tom Izzo, and I think he is going to march down. They're going to end up, it's going to be a tough game, that New Mexico Marquette. That's going to be a tough game, but I think Marquette will prevail. But Shaka is really going to have his work cut out for him and his boys when he gets to Michigan State, and I think that's going to be the difference. Iowa State may be the one that really gives Michigan State some trouble. I think Iowa State is one of these, uh, if you're a real fan of theirs, you know how good they are. But most people just say, oh, it's Iowa State. No, Iowa State's playing good ball, and I think they're going to make a lot of noise in the first few rounds. Definitely see them getting to for them to get to the Sweet 16 is not going to surprise me at all. And then Louisville Creighton, that's going to be a good game. Can't wait to see it. Creighton played pretty good the other day. But Louisville, this is not the Louisville team from last year, but I think this one's going to go down to the wire. If it goes to overtime, watch for Creighton to prevail in that one. Who's going to win the whole thing in this one? I think it's going to come down to Michigan State, and I'm with you. It's either going to be Louisville or Michigan. I'm not sure which one, but I don't see Auburn making it. But it would be kind of fun, wouldn't it, to see Michigan State and Michigan playing to see who's going to get that last shot.
Yeah, I will say one thing that might hamper Iowa State is the loss of Keshawn Gilbert, because
Yes.
that's difficult. Now, also maybe a little gamesmanship. The coach did not announce that news until after the selection show. So hey, look, no one's forcing you to disclose these things, and who knows, maybe some other teams going down the road, because there were some people saying that that's why West Virginia missed out, even though their guy was out in December and they won in Kansas without him. But again, I promise we're pretty much done talking West Virginia. But I'm glad you brought up Marquette, New Mexico. I think that's going to be the best game.
And like you, the other one I have here on my notes, which made me. That's why I broke into the big smirk. Not necessarily a Cinderella, but who's going to be the first round upset? It's going to be Yale. When Yale takes care of business against A&M, those Yale boys can shoot. They can put points up, and I think that's going to be the difference. They just have to be composed. They've got to cause some turnovers, and they also have to be able to really, really, really defend. And hopefully they're going to be able to get the rebounds out there, the defensive rebounds. But if they can do that, they have every right to believe that they're going to win that game.
Amen. If there's one thing you can say about those Ivy Leaguers, they're very, very intelligent. So they are probably going to have that basketball IQ down pretty well. It's going to be a very, very interesting region there in the South.